Y'all, have you ever had an epiphany so good that it scratches every nerve in your cranium? Because what if everything you see, everything you touch, everything that you experience is built on something that you cannot even see at all? Not matter, not energy, but something even more fundamental: number. What if the universe is not just made of atoms, but of relationships, ratios, and patterns? What if reality itself is mathematics just expressing itself as form? In this video, we're going to explore a truth that has been discovered by both scientists and mystics alike. And that's that the universe is not random. It is mathematically structured at every level of existence. And once you begin to see it, you begin to understand that reality is not just happening, it is being precisely organized. So let's start with something simple. Think about music again. Music feels emotional, expressive, even spiritual. But underneath every piece of music is structure, timing, rhythm, spacing, harmony. All of it is governed by numbers and ratio. So without mathematics, music wouldn't exist. And yet, when you listen to a song, you don't hear numbers, you feel them. Now imagine this. What if the entire universe works the same way? What if what you're experiencing as reality is actually mathematics being felt, seen, and lived? So let's look at mathematics as the language of structure, because mathematics is not something humans invented, it's something that we discovered. Because the universe already operates according to it. Mathematics describes relationships, distance, proportion, movement, symmetry, and it tells us how things relate to each other. And everything in existence is made up of relationships, from the orbits of planets to the structure of atoms to the rhythm of your heartbeat. Everything follows measurable patterns. And this is why mathematics is often called the language of the universe, because it doesn't just describe reality, it reveals how reality is organized. You see, patterns repeat across every scale. One of the most fascinating things about the universe is that the same patterns appear at completely different scales. So the spiral of a galaxy looks strikingly similar to the spiral of a shell, or the branches of trees mirroring the branching of your veins in your body. The structure of atoms, reflects patterns seen in solar systems. So this repetition is not coincidence. It's the result of underlying mathematical principles being applied again and again. So this is often referred to as a fractal nature of reality, where patterns repeat at different levels of scale. So this tells us something powerful. The universe is not just mathematical, it is consistently mathematical. So ratios create harmony. Not all numbers create harmony, but certain ratios do. So these ratios appear throughout nature, art, and even the human body, and they create balance, beauty, and efficiency. So you can see them in the proportions of a flower or the spacing of leaves, the structures of waves, and the formation of spirals, because these ratios guide how things grow and expand and stabilize. So, this is why patterns feel pleasing to the eye, because they reflect mathematical harmony. Your mind recognizes it, even if you don't consciously understand it. You see, geometry is mathematics made visible. If mathematics is the language, then geometry is the visual expression of that language. Geometry turns numbers into shapes, ratios into structures, equations into form. And every geometric pattern that you see in sacred geometry is a visual representation of mathematical relationships. And this is why sacred geometry feels so powerful. because it allows you to see the invisible structure of reality, and it makes the unseen seen. So even chaos follows mathematical laws. Earlier we talked about chaos, but here's something fascinating. Even chaos can be described mathematically. What appears random often follows hidden patterns. There are equations that describe the movement of weather systems, the flow of water, the the formations, I guess, of galaxies, but even unpredictability has structure. So this means that the universe is not sometimes mathematical, it is always mathematical, even when we don't fully understand it. Because consciousness and mathematics kind of are the same. And now we come to something deeper. Why does mathematics exist at all? Why is the universe structured in this way? Some scientists see mathematics as the foundation of reality. Some philosophers have even suggested that mathematics exist independently of the physical world. And many spiritual traditions suggest that something even deeper, that mathematics is an expression of consciousness itself, that the universe is not just physical, but it's intelligent, that the patterns that we see are not accidental, but intentional. Now, in this view, mathematics is not just structure, it is intelligence expressing itself through order. Because you are also a mathematical expression, and this is where everything comes together. You are not separate from this. Your body is structured through proportion. Your DNA follows precise patterns. Your heartbeat follows a rhythm. Your brain operates through electrical signals and patterns. So you are not just in mathematical, or you're not just in a mathematical universe. You are a mathematical expression of it. So it's more like a living pattern, a conscious structure, a point where number, form, and awareness all meet. So understanding this changes your perspective completely. You begin to see that life is not random chaos. It is patterned, it is structured, it is organized. And you begin to notice that the cycles in your life, the patterns in your experiences, the rhythm of your growth. And instead of feeling lost inside of randomness, you begin to align with the structure of life itself. You begin to trust that there is order, even when you can't fully see it yet. So, for the next few days, I want you to observe something simple. Look for patterns in nature, in your surroundings, in your own life. Notice repetition, notice rhythm, notice structure, because the more you begin to see these patterns, the more you begin to realize something profound. The universe is not just made of things, it's made of relationships, it's made of patterns, it is made of mathematics, and you are a part of that equation. So if you're ready to go deeper, join me for the next lesson in sacred geometry. Because once you begin to see the mathematics behind reality, you don't just understand the universe, you begin to understand your place within it. And I'll see you guys in the next video.